Super NintenBros Podcast. Wahoo! Let's go!
And welcome back to the Super NintenBros Podcast. My name is Christian McKeen, and I'm here with my good friend, Jonah Clark.
Hey, what's up, bro?
And we are talking about Nintendo, the gaming industry, all things that you should know if you want to stay up to date on the news and events happening today. So, we're sitting down.
Yeah.
This is our first live in-person episode.
First for real episode.
For real episode. That last one, that could be just like a test run.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we did it over like Zoom or something else.
Yeah, we did it over Zoom.
We tried a few things. We tried Discord at one point.
We tried Riverside.
Riverside, yeah. They're all good options, but there's nothing that beats that in-person connection. I mean, we are 6 feet apart.
That's a little far for me.
It's a little far. I feel like I'm like talking to my dad from across the dining room table. And I'm like, how's your day? And I'm like yelling and everybody's like here next to me, just kind of listening in.
Yeah.
But other than that, this is great.
Yeah,
like we're
so
here.
Much better. So much better.
When they watch it, it's going to be all cut together. So it's not going to look like we're super far.
For them, we're going to be like right next to each other.
We're going to be right next to each other. I feel it, dude. Yeah. I can feel the love. So yeah, we're here. We have a couple topics.
Can you see that? That's a good sign. This is a great sign. You want to get on me, buddy? Come on. Yo, I got him.
Dude, welcome to the Super NintenBros.
What other podcasts?
That should be our cold open. That's genius.
This is awesome. We didn't even plan
crazy. This. How did a ladybug get in here?
I don't know. What? I don't think we have good like bugs are always getting in here. I don't think we have good like
But have you seen ladybugs get in here before? Oh, there it goes.
It's gone.
There it goes.
Yeah.
It's trying to find its way out.
Yeah.
I think it's done with the podcast. Anyway, like and subscribe. Thank you for being here.
That was it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What? Have you seen a ladybug in here before?
I think once. I've seen many wasps. Whenever there's like a wasp in my office, I just leave.
Okay. But you saw the ladybug last time and you're like, this is the sign. That was right before you got the 1 million view video.
Oh my gosh. No, dude, it's at 2 million now.
A 2 million view video. See, it's a sign of good luck.
It's crazy. Because we had I say we, like I'm a part of it. To talk about me for 1 second, this podcast studio is done by it'syourshow.co. So if you need a podcast done, look them up. It's here in Spring Hill, Tennessee. And we have kind of a network of podcasts. And one of the podcast just had on Trace Adkins. You know who he is?
Mm-mm.
He's me either. But he's a very famous like country star, performer, singer, and he has been for like decades.
Sure.
They had him on, and we've been doing clips about the episode, and one of them like blew up, went viral, and crazy.
Great, cool.
So,
that's awesome, amazing. So we're already in good hands.
Yeah.
We've got a great studio set up.
Yeah, thanks to It's Your Show and Mr. Jim McCarthy.
Yep. Is there any other shout outs that we need to give
Definitely.
for the setup?
You know exactly what kind of shout out we got to give.
I got to get a shout out to my good buddy Noel.
Yeah.
He did the intro. He is a professional voice actor and he also works for Nintendo.
Yeah.
He did apply to be the voice of Mario at one point, or at least he's talked to the people who have like voice casted for Mario. And they told him that he's amazing. They said that one thing that they told him, I don't want to tell his story, but one thing they told him is, we wish that we would have found you before we hired the new guy.
Before Wonder.
Before they hired the new guy for Wonder. So anyway, I'd love to have him on. That'd to do great. A little interview with him at some point. Yeah. That would be really fun.
We can talk about like what it's like working for the big Nintendo.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, he did the intro for us. It was literally like, he was like, yeah, I texted him. I'm like, hey, would you be willing to do something like this? And he was like, absolutely. Let me make you a voice memo. And he just sent it over just like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so cool. We're legit now.
Yeah. And that's how we got our super cool intro that you just heard.
Exactly.
Like a minute ago.
Exactly. So yeah, shout out to him. It's Your Show. Anybody else?
Us for doing the editing on the back.
Shout out to us, dude.
Yeah, dude, let's go.
Let's go. Hopefully the hands like meet right in the middle where the line is.
We could do that. Five. We could do that.
We could. That's a lot of work, but you know what? If you're feeling it, I say go for it.
I might feel it. Well, here's the thing. Yeah. Well, because there's like
Future
two
Jonah,
different, like,
you got this.
There's two different like styles. We could do the like cutting back and forth.
Yeah.
But what the Escape podcast does, those are like the two guys that are kind of our age and they talk about like movies and nerd stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They do just like the split screen. They just have it.
Yeah, that
roll
works.
The whole time.
I feel like that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both work.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, we should probably get into it.
Yeah, Nintendo.
We're dragging our feet a little bit just for the intro to kind of warm up a little bit, get you guys used to us. But we do want to give you up-to-date Nintendo and gaming industry information that's happening right now.
Totally.
We want to be your one-stop shop for what's happening so that you can find out exactly what's going on, so that when new games getting ready to come out, games are going on sale, events are happening. Should you buy Nintendo stock? We're not going to tell you if you should or should not do that, but we're going to give you information that'll hopefully help you make good decisions in your everyday life.
Because maybe you don't have time to chronically scroll Twitter and learn every single Nintendo update possible. I do. So if you don't have time for that,
and I don't. So this is a little bit like him updating me about what's going on and then my live reactions. So just put yourself in my shoes and you're pretty much here in the podcast with us. Yeah. So it's great. It's awesome.
What I want to start with.
Let's start. Yeah, go ahead. Take us away.
Is in terms of news, because, we love Nintendo. That's going to be the main topic. We might branch off. We might talk about movies we saw, whatever stuff coming out. But for the most part, Nintendo and its news and what their happenings is what we're going to focus on. It's been a big week for gaming.
Yeah.
It's been a really big week. Xbox has been all over the place. This new president has been mostly a good thing. I think we can all say she kind of brought in and has been doing a lot of good stuff. But they just raised their prices for consoles again. They went up $50 per console. They discontinued the 2 terabyte model. So that's gone. Valve is going crazy. Valve is out of their damn minds because the Steam machine,
don't get me started,
finally revealed their prices, and we all know it's just shy of, what is it, 1,500,000 for, is it 2 terabyte with a controller?
Yeah, it's $1,050 for the base model without a controller, and it's $1,500 with the, I think it's the 2 terabyte with a controller.
Which, controller and terabytes are nice, but what are we doing here? It's capped at 60 FPS, which isn't the biggest on the planet, but for something that's over $1,000, that shouldn't be a limitation. So Xbox is going up. Valve is out of their minds. GTA Complete Edition, $100. First time I've ever seen that. Regular Edition, $80. Nintendo started that with Mario Kart. That's a little rough. But they didn't lock content behind that paywall.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to walk into certain shops or upgrade your car in a certain way, I don't know all the fine details. If you want to have everything in the game, you have to buy the Ultimate, which is $100.
Right.
And what else does it not have, Christian?
What was the other thing you told me?
A disc.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It doesn't come with the disc. It just comes, you buy the case with the code in it, right?
Yeah.
That's so sad that we've moved away officially from games with discs and CDs. Nintendo's always been weird. The one time we actually got regular discs was the Wii and the Wii U.
Yeah.
But other than that, they've always been kind of marching to the beat of their drum, and everyone's been fine with it because at least it's physical.
Yeah, and I remember with the Switch 2, there was a lot of up in arms about the game key cards, which I don't love. I don't think anyone loves.
No.
But at least it's a physical thing. I think people are now kind of starting to go back and be like, okay, well, Nintendo was trying to split the difference here. Game key cards, they still suck. All the data is stored on your system. You have to download it. It's still not preferable. I'd prefer to have all the information on my card here. But if you want to resell that, if you want to lend it to a friend, whatever, if you want to have the physical thing to hold
for a collection,
you're buying a thing. It's still a physical thing that you can hold in your hands, give to your buddy, sell back to GameStop, whatever you want to do.
You know how you would go on YouTube and watch like some YouTube game reviewer, and in the background they've got their shelves full of whether it's like Blu-ray movies or retro games or something.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to move into an era where somebody just has their like Switch catalog open on a TV behind them just to show all the games
digitally.
And that's going to be their background because we're not going to have any more.
What are you going to do with the GTA? Games. You're just going to hang up. Here's my digital.
Well, I mean,
paper.
You got the case. And so I guess that they can say that they're kind of giving people something for that. But to your point, I mean, not having the physical thing to resell, it's just not the same. And plus, with storage getting more and more expensive, it's just going to keep pushing people to spend more money on storage and on hard drives and everything else. I have 5 hard drives, just like normal passport hard drives you get on Amazon. And I think those have gone up in price. I went to go sell them and I'm like, these things are more expensive now than when I bought them.
Wow.
And it's literally a 1 terabyte. It's not even a solid state. So I'm like, do I hold on to these or do I sell them? I think I'm going to sell them.
Might as well.
But I might end up selling them for more than I got them for.
Yeah.
Or at least break even. And I've had those things for years.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's where the gaming market is going towards right now.
I hope not.
With the lack of physical CDs and games being put into the hands of gamers.
Yeah. I mean, Sony's been basically doing game key cards. They didn't, that's Nintendo's name, but for the entire PS5 generation, I mean, I can't think of I totally could be wrong here, but of all the PS5 games I've purchased, I've all had to download them once I got them.
Right.
Not to knock on Sony too much, but I bring up all those, negative things. We don't want to be too negative here. This is Nintendo. We're trying to have fun.
Yeah, we don't think that the game industry is crashing or coming to a halt.
No.
It's, if you look at the history of the game industry from the last 40 years, it's always been changing.
Yeah.
Always. There's never been a decade where everything just stayed the same. People will say that the peak of gaming was back during the 360 and the Wii and the PS3. And that was back when like there was a good flow and everybody felt like we were kind of like striding in. But even then there was stuff to complain about with the PlayStation being too expensive back then and people innovating things that just didn't work.
Yeah.
And that's just how it's always going to be. I'm lucky we even have a game industry to be able to pick apart because there was at one point back in the 80s where everyone thought the game industry was dead.
Wow.
And then there was one point in the early 2000s where everyone thought VR was dead until one person happened to make something that innovated and then brought everybody back together on board for something in the industry, like the VR headset, like the Quest or like the Virtual Boy. Remember that? That was a thing that everyone thought that killed it until the Quest came out. And so anyway, all that to say, we're in a place right now where I think that the game industry is still moving forward.
Yep.
I think
Jeff Keighley's going to keep pioneering, bro.
He's going to keep pioneering the events. I think Jeff said that we had 9,000 games coming out in the year of 2026.
Most ever.
Which is the most we've ever had. And then we also have companies that have the ability to continue to pioneer, but we are in a place right now where everything is shifting in terms of cost and merchandise and things that are a little bit more exclusive and harder to get. But I do believe that even in that industry change, even in that pivot, we're still going to find a lot of new, fresh things to be excited about in the game industry as we go forward.
And here's the cool thing is I brought all that up to say, all of that has just been in literally just the past week. Well, here's been Nintendo's past week. The first post that I saw, I'm reading this off of X, Nintendo has given all employees in Japan a 10% base salary raise. So we have companies doing layoffs left and right. Nintendo is actively rewarding their current employees by paying them more. Then I read via Nintendo Everything on X. Nintendo has added over 300 permanent jobs in the fiscal year of 2026. So they're increasing pay for their employees. They're adding permanent jobs. And they also, I believe it was the Nintendo president, I don't want to get this wrong, but someone in the company basically was speaking out against generative AI. He said, this is a quote, "Whether generative AI is involved or not, we will continue to take necessary actions against infringements of our intellectual property rights." So I feel like, not that Nintendo's perfect, right? Like they've had some slip ups, they've had some things, they sometimes are anti-consumer. But like in the past week, we have all these companies kind of like shifting towards like, okay, like costing more. We have mass layoffs of companies. And then there's Nintendo, who in the past week increased the pay, increased jobs, and is speaking out against AI. I feel very, very hopeful about the future of Nintendo right now, reading that, because they're treating their employees well. And when the employees are treated well, we get good games, and then we're happy, and we give them money, and then they're happy.
Yeah.
They're not just hoarding the money because they're scared about AI or whatever.
Right.
they're doing like the old model of like, we'll treat your employees well,
Mm-hmm.
the customers will come,
Mm-hmm.
and the customers will give you money. I mean, we're basically begging them to let us give them our money.
Yeah.
I would love to give them more money.
And that's also something that you can do after you put a movie in the box office and make over $1 billion.
True.
And after the cost was paid for the movie, the $200 million to Illumination, then they split it 50-50.
Yeah.
So Nintendo walked away from that with at least $400 million.
Yeah.
And that's great. They're giving a pay raise to their people. They're hiring more people on salary.
Yep.
They took risks and now they can do that. And it's thanks to the people who showed up and watched the movie.
Yeah.
It's thanks to the team at Illumination for actually making a movie that people would want to watch.
Yeah.
It
was so
and
fun.
so they're making the right moves, and they have been making the right moves to set them up in a position now.
Yeah.
My thought is maybe we're in a little bit of a AAA title drought from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Not necessarily drought. I feel like that's too strong of a word, but definitely a lack of exciting titles that we're ready to have, especially off the coattails of all of these other Game Fest and announcements and state of plays that are offering the things that gamers want for other consoles. It feels like we're in a little bit of a rut from Nintendo, but this is the right sign that we're actually going to be able to get what we want now, 12 months from now. Hopefully. And that'll set us up to be able to be like, okay, I'm so glad I stuck with Nintendo. I'm glad I got the Switch 2. I'm glad that I stayed on board, because now I'm actually going to get to appreciate the things that they're setting up right now for the new president, for the new era, for all their new employees to hopefully continue to stick around for the next 40 years.
Yeah. And see, you did it right, because Nintendo's, they haven't had a bad year. There haven't been like a lack of games. I think people saying the Switch 2 has no games. I'm like, dude, no, they have games. It's the lack of, we talked about this in our, kind of like not real episode on Zoom. It's the lack of heavy hitters. That's kind of the term I keep using.
Yeah.
Because we're getting great games. I mean, we're getting a lot of cozy games, but we're getting Tomodachi Life. That was requested for years. We're getting, a Pokemon spinoff that's also very cozy. A Splatoon spinoff. Star Fox literally just came out last week. I pre-ordered it on Amazon. I'm getting it this week.
Nice.
I'm excited to play it.
Nice.
You can borrow my copy too, so you can figure it out.
Great.
And then, last year, like Kirby Air Riders, like really like a sequel to a game from the GameCube era made by like Sakurai, like all great games, but it's not the like, oh my gosh, if I don't have a Switch 2 right now. Like I bought the Switch 2 because I love Nintendo and I always want to just be up to date and play all the games. But let's say I didn't have money, or let's say I wasn't as like a crazy fan as I was. There hasn't been a lot of games that have made me go, oh, I need this. With the Switch, it was Breath of the Wild if you didn't have a Wii U, Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, you could maybe count as a big one. And then Smash, all in the first 2 years. I mean, that was like
Deluxe also, right?
Mario Kart Deluxe. Yeah. Yeah. If you didn't have a Wii U, that was a big deal. So, and they revamped, like the battle mode, like that was awesome. So like, it was like you needed a Switch year 1, year 2. Like I remember when Smash Bros was announced, it was like their world caught on fire. It was like, it went from my school having like a couple guys I knew who had it to like everyone had it. So not that the Switch 2 is doing bad. It's not underperforming. I mean, it's selling like crazy. Something, there's no games or bad games. It's just outside of a couple like Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong, and Zelda, which we'll get to in a second. There hasn't really been a lot of like really big heavy hitters. And I think that's what I would love to see in I guess year 3 of Switch. I mean, because we kind of know what year 2 looks like for the rest of the year now after that direct.
Yeah.
You want to get into the direct, or do you want to comment on what I was saying?
No, I agree with you. Yeah, I think you said it well.
Yeah. That direct.
It was a direct.
Yeah.
For sure. I think I walked away with 3 titles I was excited for. That was Switch Sports Resort.
Yep. I'm trying to think of what the third one is.
Ocarina of Time.
Obviously. Should be great.
And there was a third one. Definitely wasn't Rhythm Heaven. What was it? Or
they opened with that.
Yeah, what? There was a third one. I'm not remembering it right now, but there were 3 titles out of the, 20, 25 that they announced that I was like, oh, that looks fun. I would really like to get that.
Yeah.
I would have fun playing that.
Yeah.
But everything else, I was just like, all right, next. Cool, next.
It was
Sounds good.
It was a big JRPG fest is what it was, which
It
I know
was.
that there's a major market for that, especially in Japan, which is what Nintendo's from. And especially because a lot of their series, like we got a new Xenoblade Chronicles, which for most people is a huge announcement.
Huge
I
deal.
don't want to discredit that. For me, I don't really care, but it's all right. Fire Emblem got a whole big, it was already announced, but it got a reveal trailer. Once again, I don't personally care, but for some people that's pretty huge. But yet not the best direct, not the direct that I think the Switch or Nintendo needed, but a direct that still had some stuff to walk away from. And the biggest obviously being Ocarina of Time. I mean, that's just gonna be so cool. It's
I'm
gonna be
so
great.
excited for it.
I'm bummed we didn't get to see gameplay. I think since most of us knew that game was going to be announced already, I think
Orbitals.
That's
the one I had to look it up. So that's not even a Nintendo AAA IP. That's a third party game studio coming out with something. So really, there was only 2 from Nintendo that I'm like, yeah. And then Orbitals, I'm like, obviously, I like that one from the very beginning. I'm gonna buy it, but
it wasn't Nintendo.
It wasn't even Nintendo. So it was like, okay, Ocarina of Time, I have to have that.
That's gonna be incredible.
Switch Sports Resorts, awesome. I could go either way.
Yeah.
So again, it's like we have good games and they've announced a lot of good games throughout their year 1 because as of right now, we're over a year. We're into year 2.
Yeah, because it's June.
We're officially into year 2. So, I mean, their first year, they had a lot of good titles. They were just very spaced out. And they weren't none of them were like the biggest thing ever.
Yeah, like an Age of Calamity sequel. Awesome. Cool. Great. I don't mind that. But it's not like...
It wasn't the biggest thing ever.
No. And Metroid Prime 4. It's like, okay, great. We finally got it. But it
was a game.
It's sad. Yeah, it underperformed, and I think it didn't meet expectations, especially for how long that wait was. And that's it's not the end of the world. It wasn't a bad game. I actually completed it. I really enjoyed it, but it needed to have a bigger impact. For one, being the return of Metroid Prime 4, and 2 being, I mean, how long of a wait was that? They announced it in like 2018.
Yeah, long.
And then it had that reset, and I want to say 2019.
That might have been one of the longest waits we've had for a Nintendo game.
Which they don't normally do. I know that wasn't their plan from the beginning.
No,
they had to restart.
They had all the problems and stuff with this, so yeah.
But it's just like, okay, after a restart, after long delays and whatever, it's like, oof, it's still kind of just came out. Like
it was just a game.
Yeah,
so, totally. There's more anticipation built from the fans' end than from Nintendo's end. To be fair.
Yeah.
And
they marketed it a little weird, I feel like.
It was a little weird, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it came out and it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a game.
Yep.
Yep.
Open zone.
It probably would have been a better game if there wasn't that level of anticipation. And it just came out and surprised everyone kind of deal. Where they were like, hey, we're making a new Metroid game. Yeah. And it comes out in 2 months, like the Star Fox announcement. Yeah. If it was like that
would have gone crazy.
It probably would have performed better. But again, factors out of the control. So anyway, I definitely want to talk about like the idea of should people buy Switch 2 now? Should people invest? Is now the time, if you waited throughout year 1 to go, do I need this?
Yeah.
Does it have all the accessories out that I want? Does it have all the controllers out that I could want? I have X amount of dollars saved up. I want to jump into the Switch 2 lifecycle.
Yeah.
Is there enough coming out to justify it? And is it worth buying right now as it is with the games that have already come out in the last year?
Yeah. Well, the first thing I'd say is if you're like my buddy Christian McKeen over here and you didn't own a Switch, there's some people out there that didn't. Most people did. If you never bought a Switch 1 and you just like played it with a friend's house or whatever, absolutely. Like, I mean, there's not only a great amount of Switch 2 games that are out that we talked about, but there's an entire backlog of just incredible Switch 1 games. Now, let's say you have the Switch 1, you're still on the fence, whatever. The only kind of negative I can say is that Switch 2 prices are going up at the end of the year.
Yep.
So not by much. I think $50. So now it's going to be $550.
Mm-hmm.
But right now for $550, you can get the console and a game. they not only, I think they still have that Mario Kart bundle, but they had another bundle that was you bought the Switch and you could pick a game to redeem, and they had like Mario Kart World, Kong Bonanza, and Pokemon Pokopia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So the kind of negative in me is like, well, yeah, buy it before it goes up.
Yeah.
But if $50 isn't a big deal for you,
is there a benefit to even waiting longer? If you've waited 12 months, would you say, oh, yeah, wait 6 more just in case of this? Because I don't see a benefit in waiting. If you're on the fence,
yeah,
now's the time to buy, so that you can have it. And if you can trade in your old console to GameStop and get some credit back, do whatever you can. It's a good console. It's worth investing in.
Yeah.
But would you say that you've played it enough to justify buying it in the last 12 months? I think we'd both say yes.
I think so. And I think a really big part of that for me was DK Bonanza. So, I mean, it's going to become obvious really quick in this podcast that I'm a huge Nintendo fan. I mean, we've kind of modeled our, I mean, Mario. I meant to say Mario. I mean, we've modeled our, logo and stuff out of kind of like a Galaxy look. I got my, Galaxy amiibo right here, which I'm very happy about. Like Mario is why I'm here. So the lack of a 3D Mario on the Switch 2 is one of my biggest gripes. But Donkey Kong Bonanza, I mean, I've already talked about it with you, but like that was an incredible Nintendo game. I don't think it really blew up the same way that sadly like a Mario Odyssey did, because it's not Mario's face. I think if more people bought it, it would really take off, because hot take, I think Donkey Kong Bonanza is better than Odyssey.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
DK Bonanza was incredible. I mean, it takes the best of the Nintendo formula. You got all the collectibles, you got costumes even, you got like really good platforming, fun bosses, like different worlds. Like it was just kind of everything I want out of a Nintendo game. I feel like I don't want to say I went into a slump with Nintendo, but I kind of, towards the end of the Switch One's life, I kind of find myself caring less and less. I would boot it on very rarely. I was mostly kind of playing on my PS5 because it was a bit newer for me. I got the Switch 2, played Mario Kart World, checked out the, free updates they did for, I think, Mario Odyssey and 3D World and a couple others. Like, you know about that, right? Yeah. Looked at those and, I was happy with it. And it was much nicer than the Switch One. It literally felt nicer, just better Joy-Cons and stuff. But I was like, okay, cool. Donkey Kong Bonanza was like, all right, okay. I am so glad I bought this when I did. And it is so fun. And then like Metroid Prime 4, like I said, I played it, I beat it. I could have played it on Switch 1, but it looked gorgeous on Switch 2. It really did look good. So that was really fun. Kind of a side piece, Hades 2 for both of us.
Yeah,
it came to Switch 2 before it came to anything else besides PC. That was fun.
Great game.
I loved throwing in Edge Calamity. So because of and Mario Kart World, I've grown to really love over time. I didn't love it at first. I don't love still everything about it, like the routes that you have to get to the main level. I'm in the main course. You do regular, but Knockout's so fun. The online community is really there.
Yeah.
So at this point, yes, I think I've justified buying it. But we're a full year in, and since that, what was it, March or April, that Switch 2 presentation where they revealed all the games. Since then, I've still had this feeling of like, yeah, but when am I gonna like feel really hyped? Like I don't think I felt like really hype about a game announcement or like something they're doing in a while. I've felt like, oh, new Yoshi, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Star Fox, great. Like Ocarina of Time was the closest I think to like hype.
Yeah.
We already knew about it, so it kind of killed.
Already knew about it, and it didn't give us anything we didn't already know.
Yeah. So I think when they reveal like gameplay, when we get a Zelda Direct, or maybe they'll wait to the Fall Direct, I don't know. I think that will be like a whoa. But yeah, like I said, worth it for me, but I can tell I'm waiting for something. I don't know if it's 3D Mario or if it's what. I'm waiting for something to go, holy shit. Like Luigi's Mansion 4. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
So
what about you?
Yeah. I think I think that's all good. And if you're looking to buy, then now's probably the time to do it before prices go up.
Yep.
There's no guarantee that prices aren't going to stop going up.
Mm-hmm.
And something that I told you the other day when we were on the phone was that when they come out with a Switch 2 OLED, which is high chance, just based off of the Steam Deck OLED success, and the Switch 1 OLED success.
Didn't they cancel the original? Can't you? I think you can only buy an OLED Steam Deck.
Yeah,
now.
they discontinued the original LCD screen.
Yeah.
So now you can only buy the OLED. I do believe that that's the direction Nintendo's going to go in with the Switch 2.
It makes sense.
It's not confirmed. It's not even rumored, but it just, to me, it makes the most sense from a Nintendo standpoint. They're not going to do a Switch 2 Lite.
Yeah.
It's not worth waiting for that. If you want to wait for a Switch 2 OLED, you're going to be paying more than you're going to pay after this price hike.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. If this price hike is going to be $550, the Switch 2 OLED is going to come out and it's going to be $600, $700, maybe $800.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that's going to stop them from doing that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would genuinely consider it if there's more to the OLED than just better battery life and better screen, because I enjoy playing my Switch 2 the most on my TV. The convenience of mobile is still there.
Yep.
But if there's any more to it that would give me a TV advantage to enjoying it, like upgraded frame rates or something for 4K,
sure,
then yeah, I'd consider getting it. But as of right now, no, I like my Switch 2. I don't see myself needing to buy anything else or upgrading anytime soon in this life cycle. Obviously that can change, and I'm excited for when they announce something for us to talk about in that area of new consoles from Nintendo. But as of right now, we're just starting year 2. The Switch 1 life cycle was the longest Nintendo console life cycle we've ever experienced in their 40 years.
It was a really good life cycle.
It was a great life cycle. They ran it all the way through.
Yeah.
It was 7-8 years, something like that.
2017 to
17 to 25.
To 25.
Yeah, so about 8 years.
Yeah.
And I could see the Switch 2 going almost as long if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
But even in the life cycle, they only came out with 3 variations of that console. 2 other variations of the console they released. So, now's the time to buy. I think that you should jump into it if you don't have one. If you're still on the fence after all of that, just go watch some gameplay videos. Just go enjoy somebody else playing it, because it's expensive. It's not for everybody.
They have a lot like I said before, we're still waiting for the heavy hitters, but they have a kind of a wide catalog. Like we have a traditional 3D platformer with Bonanza. We have 2 racers. We have a first-person shooter adventure. We have a couple JRPGs coming. Multiple well-made cozy games. I actually was going to talk to you about this. I would love to have Kat on to talk about their cozy games they've released recently. Talk about Animal Crossing. Talk about Tomodachi Life.
Would you say if Tomodachi Life hadn't come out, do you think Kat would have justified the Switch 2 over the last 6 months of owning one?
I don't think so. I don't think she would have, at least for her specifically, because she didn't love Mario Kart World. DK Bonanza is not her thing. Neither is Metroid. So it really depends on the kind of person you are.
Exactly. And that's my point, is you have to know the context of what kind of gamer you are and if you're actually going to enjoy it.
If you're like a hardcore PC or maybe you're, old school Xbox or PlayStation fanboy that want those AAA experiences.
Or even if you just like the Switch 1 games. I don't think it's for you. And if you're not interested in any of the Switch 2 games, we're not here saying that, this Switch 2 game came out and it looked good, but it changed my life. We're not out here doing that.
No.
So we're saying if you like your Switch and if you like the consoles you have and the games you have, none of these games are really going to change your life. Obviously, Bonanza.
That's the only one that
World feels like a fun new Mario Kart experience.
Yep.
It's still not for everyone. Some people like 8 Deluxe more for great reasons.
Yeah.
And we're getting Ocarina of Time remake, which you can still play on a Nintendo 64 emulator.
Yeah.
So it's just not for everybody, but hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of context. Hopefully it gives you an idea of, okay, I can lean one way or another on the fence a little bit more. But at the end of it, we can both say that we're happy with our purchases.
Yeah, definitely.
It's great.
So I want to ask you, we'll do kind of a little segment here. I was gonna ask you more of a broad way, but maybe I'll ask you more narrow. Favorite memory of a game you played or whatever with your Switch 2. Anything involving Switch 2 in the past year. Favorite memory.
Probably playing party games, playing games with my family.
Yeah.
I just kind of buying a game and then playing it is really fun because there's that spontaneous like we're searching through the shop and everyone uniformly goes, "Oh, I would play Switch Sports right now if we had that," or I would play whatever. So me and my younger sister, we did that with the Tony Hawk 3 and 4 game.
Nice.
When that was out, I just found it and I was like, "Oh, I would play this." My sister's like, "I'll play that too." And she doesn't really play video games with me very much. And so I was like, if you'll play it, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
And so, and people like us are always looking for a friend to play a game with that wants to play that game.
To buy the multiplayer game.
Give me an excuse to buy the multiplayer game. Exactly. So yeah, bought the Tony Hawk game, bought Switch Sports, bought Mario Kart World. And yeah, those have all been the most fun. And then I will say going back to Tears of the Kingdom was really, really, really fun.
That upgrade
and
pack.
I think I might have liked it more the second time playing the full game through. And I'm talking about like uncovering all the light routes, all the shrines.
You did it all?
The game. I did all of it.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I played it all. I put like another 200 hours into that game because I'm very
how
single.
Was that like?
I got time. I don't have time to scroll Twitter, but I have time for Zelda. That's
she
what
needs
I
you,
prioritize.
Dude. She needs you.
Yeah, obviously. Well, not anymore. I saved her.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah,
we're tight. So just waiting for the next time Zelda needs my help.
She'll need you this November.
This fall. It's going to come out and I'm going to be playing the heck out of that game.
Yeah.
So yeah. No,
and how are those upgraded like frame rates and everything?
Everything was great.
Pack?
Yeah. Totally worth it. 100%. I loved it. No complaints at all.
Yeah.
And ultimately that's kind of what it comes down to is if you can play a game, especially a game that came out on a different console and you don't have any complaints about it from the frame rate and the loading screens and all that, they did its job.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, was it $80 for the upgrade pack? Yeah, I think it was 80. I think it was 70 for the base game and then 10 for the upgrade pack.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money. But if you had me, I knew I would enjoy it and it delivered and I didn't have any complaints about it.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Nice.
So yeah, those are probably my favorite memories was playing Tears of the Kingdom and then doing party games with my friends and family.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you?
Two come to mind for sure. So when the Wii U came out and when the Switch came out, I was on the younger side and I had relatively strict parents and I wasn't allowed to get it when it came out. So I got the Switch like a year or two later. No, I got the Switch a year later. I got it right before Smash came out because that was a big deal for me. So this was my first Nintendo console launch that I got to be a part of. So for me, I remember standing outside my GameStop in the pouring rain on the phone with you.
I remember that.
Waiting to go in to pre-order the thing.
We were both
waited
standing outside.
Hours.
Yeah.
I wasn't even going to walk away with the damn console. Just a receipt.
Yeah.
That says I'll pay them later.
Yeah. This was the first wait in line that we had to do before the second, which was a month later.
And then the second wait when the system came out and it was late at night and everyone was there and it was like really fun energy. Everyone's getting their Pro controllers and their new amiibos and their
I had
bundles.
a guy in line give me a game when I was waiting. He was just like, "Yeah, I've got this what was it? South Park game for the Switch 1." And he's like, "You don't have any Switch 1 games and you're about to buy a Switch 2?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I'll get Mario Kart and some other stuff later." And he's like, "Well, here's a game for you to play." I was like, "I don't know if I want to play this."
But he got it.
But I got it. And then I went just to like see, I put it into my Switch 2 and it said game not compatible. So I was like, I'm just going to take it to GameStop and get some credit for it. So
what'd you get, like $2?
Probably. Yeah. But I mean, I never saw that guy again. So, hopefully he doesn't watch this.
Still nice of him.
Yeah. No, it was super nice of him, but I didn't play it. And so, but again, to your point, it was a really friendly, fun environment.
Yeah, the energy was cool.
Everybody was
with me.
happy to be there.
Yeah,
it was like
cool.
going to an expo or a con or something where everybody's just, hey, we're all here for the same reason, here to have fun.
Yeah.
Let's not take ourselves too seriously.
It was really fun.
It was a good time.
And then another one for me was I just took a trip to Colorado and I played with a lot of my buddies there. They were big Nintendo guys as well. We played Smash and Mario Kart and Mario Party. And I got there and he was like, "Dude, do you have like the Switch Online expansion pass?" And I was like, "No, never really found a reason to." And he's like, "Well, dude, I do. Have you played Strikers?" And I'm like, I played the new one they put on Switch, but I never played the OG. He's like, dude, we gotta play Strikers. And it was like 2 hours later, we're all sitting in this guy's living room just yelling at each other while playing Strikers. And then the buddy of mine, Parker, you know him, he came in and he was like, what's this game? Let me play it. And so then like, you know, we're like swapping around teams. You can do 4 players at a time, you know, 2 people on each team. And we're like yelling at each other and we're like tackling each other with like the, you know, the Y button. And that's not a Switch 2 game, but it's the GameCube online is only for Switch 2. And I'm so glad he had it because that was like, normally, like I said, we default to Mario Kart, Smash, whatever. But that was like I made brand new memories with my friends, was like yelling at each other for Mario Strikers. It was so fun.
It's great. That's super fun.
Here's hoping they'll put more GameCube games on that thing because it's been a while.
Yeah. Still waiting on some more GameCube classics for sure. They got more games in the Virtual Boy library than they do the GameCube one, which is really sad.
And then final question, and then I think we can wrap up here. You got your Zelda. You got Ocarina of Time.
Announcement.
Next year, whatever. What's a like a pie in the sky for Christian? Not even like it makes sense they would do this and I want it, but like please Jesus. Like just something that would like pull your hair out, like just like hype, like just like
of excitement, like something I'm really looking forward to. New Smash Bros.
Yes.
Even if it's just called Smash Bros. Ultimate Deluxe. Like
really?
Yeah, I would be happy with a Switch 2 Smash Bros.
Yeah.
If we got a Brawl, a Subspace Emissary campaign mode built into whatever new Smash we get, I would lose my dang mind.
Yeah.
That'd be it. I would be like, there's no, like I'd kick kids out of the way so I could get to GameStop first.
Yeah.
Cause I don't care. Cause I'm like, that's how much I want that game.
That's it. That's your thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So a new Smash Bros would be a big deal. I know what you're going to say. New 3D Mario, of course.
Well, I mean, I got a specific thing, but I mean,
I'd be excited for a 3D Mario too. And then Majora's Mask remake. I'm already calling that. I already think that it's going to happen.
That's kind of the big thing is do they do the reusing engine thing and pump out a remake sequel?
They will. Yeah. I mean, mark my words. Watch this podcast back.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. Me, watch this podcast back so I can say I told you so.
Yeah.
That they're going to do a Majora's Mask remake.
That'd be really cool.
And we're going to get that announcement probably a year from now, starting the Switch year 3.
So
I think so.
I'm just scared. I'm scared of because I feel like I've been saying this for years. Like everyone said it was Odyssey. It's like, oh, they're gonna reuse Odyssey's engine and we're gonna get Odyssey 2. We didn't get it. And then everyone was like, oh well, they're reusing Breath of the Wild's engine. We're gonna get the second one so soon. And then it still took 7 years. So I'm nervous. I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and
I'll say
go out on a limb.
I'll say 2 years.
You can say that. I'm gonna take a step out in faith, and I'm gonna say it. We're gonna get an announcement for it summer of next year.
That'd be really cool.
Even if it's end of summer, I think we're gonna get an announcement for a Majora's Mask remake.
That'd be really cool.
So I think that's gonna happen. So yeah, I'd say Majora, Mario 3D, and Smash Bros. I'm sure there's other stuff that'll come out that I'll be like, oh yeah, that too. That'd be a good one. But for me, those would be probably the top ones. And they're all main Nintendo IPs. So they have full control over if they want to come out with it or not. But a Subspace Emissary, dude, I've been dying to replay
I would love to do another, a whole campaign. Like podcast topic of a new Smash Bros. And what it could look like. Maybe talk about story mode, maybe talk about rosters, talk about movesets. I have some creative ideas for maybe some moveset changes. So I think we'll put a pin in that. We'll save that.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's obvious. 3D Mario, that would be lose my damn mind. But more specifically, I'm gonna make I don't even know if it's, I'm not making a claim, but the hope and the desire for specifically Galaxy 3.
Right. Yeah.
That would be crazy. Lose it. So Galaxy 2 is my favorite Nintendo game of all time. I adore it. I love it. It was like my first 3D Mario. It just got out at the right time for me, and it's my favorite. And there's always been that notion of like, well, what if they do it? You know, Nintendo doesn't usually do direct sequels and stuff like that, but they did it once. You know, it was kind of a what if, but it seemed really, unlikely. But after the movie, after them not putting out any 3D Mario for a while now, and then after they added the storybook chapter. Did you hear about that?
Mm-hmm.
They added another storybook chapter to Galaxy 2 after the movie came out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And so it just seems like Nintendo knows how much Galaxy means to people. They clearly love it because they just did the second movie about it and they did all this Galaxy related hype. You know, we even had Mario in the USA Thanksgiving parade and Macy's parade hitting the Galaxy pose. He had a massive, so they know what Galaxy does to people like me. So what if this whole time they're cooking up a Galaxy 3?
I say they could. I'm only going to say I don't think they are because
I don't think so either.
The first Mario movie was kind of based more on Odyssey and the original Mario. And then the second one was based on Galaxy. And I think the third Mario movie we get is going to be based off the next 3D Mario that comes out. And I don't think it's going to be Galaxy. That's my opinion.
Not.
I'd love a Galaxy 3. That'd be awesome. But
that would be my like pie in the sky. Like, cause I'll get 3D Mario eventually. I'll get it. Like, I'm not like, I'm not worried.
Specific one would
but yeah, like
put
if
you
I'm
over
like,
the moon.
If I'm picking something that's just going to go crazy. And then, I think a Smash.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else. I already mentioned it, but a Luigi's Mansion 4, that would just like, that would get me so hype.
Yeah. Maybe a Splatoon 4.
I don't need it.
I don't think anyone needs it, but they might come out with it.
They probably, well, they like to pump out those Splatoon games.
They really do. Yeah. That did it for them.
Yeah, it really did. I remember
some cash flow and
I remember when they announced 3,
players.
I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It felt kind of weird because we had 2 on the Switch 1.
Yeah.
So having 3 was like, okay.
Yeah.
Bow and arrow. All right.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I think I've still spent more time on Splatoon 2 probably. But yeah, I'll probably get a Splatoon 4. And then I would go crazy for a Smash. That'd be really cool. I think we should talk about that in another episode.
Yeah,
I have some ideas.
Cool. Awesome. Well, this has been a really good conversation. We've talked a lot about the industry of where it's at, Nintendo products, things that we're looking forward to seeing, whether or not you should buy a Switch 2 right now or wait. And ultimately the things that we're most looking forward to that's going to keep us talking about Nintendo for years to come.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
So I'll see you next week. We'll do another one.
We'll do another one of these. Make sure to please like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things because we love this show. We'd love to get it out to people who are like us and like you, who want to be able to stay updated on daily and weekly gaming news, and who just want to have fun conversations about this. So leave a comment below. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about so that we can touch on all your favorite topics. And until next time, we will see you later. I'm Christian. This is Jonah.
Yep.
And we will talk to you about the Super NintenBros Podcast in the next episode.
Yeah.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.
Let's go!